Hello, I'm back. I took a week off, and the new job has been so, scary and stressful, good as well, but mostly just overwhelming that I just really didn't want to make a video when I came home. So anyway, I'm back now. And guess what day it is today? It's Sunday. Yay. You know how I promised that I would get a video out on a Sunday? Well, this is me doing it. Finally. It's taken me 3 videos of not doing it until I've managed it. And unless something really terrible happens, like my, internet dies, or my computer explodes, or, I collapse and die and it's terrible, then you will have a video today on a Sunday. So, go me. Also, you'll notice that I have a new shiny webcam. Well, it's actually my old webcam. It's the one on my laptop, but I got my laptop up and running. Um, and yeah, I prefer it. I really do. All my old videos were kind of like sort of like this, where you could see way too much of me, and that's not a good thing. I'm glad that you can see less of my face. Um, and you can see my shoulders, which is pretty exciting. And I feel like I should decorate them with random objects just to make the most of that you can see my shoulders and the rest of me. So I'm not going to do that. But I could. I could now, you can see. Anyway, I was challenged by Selena to do some of my video in rhyme. So yeah, I thought this was going to be a really fun challenge, but actually it turns out that I'm terrible at writing poetry, especially when it has to rhyme. So yeah, I'm sorry about this next part, it's really terrible. In this video, I would tell you how I got into Doctor Who, and how initially I was somewhat reluctant to. This tale begins in 2008 in my first year at uni, when I lived in halls of residence that were crowded and gloomy. I had thought Doctor Who was just another kids' TV show, so when my friends asked me to watch it, I said, no, no. Fortunately, they managed to persuade me to watch a little bit, and I was pleasantly surprised to find that I liked it. Sorry guys, I hope no one cries, or dies, or stabs out their eyes, or ears even, but that doesn't rhyme, because of just how bad that was. So yes, challenge completed. Go me. Right, so I challenge the next person to do the video in costume. So to dress up. So yeah, you can kind of interpret this however you want, depending on how much time you have. So if you're in a rush, then you could draw a mustache and put on a silly hat, whatever. Or if you really want to, then you could do like full costume. Right, so I have my dice. And I'll give it a roll and see who has this challenge. Okay, that's 5, that's me. Try again. 6. 1. Okay, let me move my laptop. You can see it's a 1. So now that Christine and Selena have switched around, Christine is now number 1, so it's her challenge. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what she'll do. I know she's done a lot of Cat's costumes before, and she's done Mad Hatter and I think Snape, so there's like lots of possibilities, or maybe she'll just do something random and silly, like find some random things around the house and dress up as something else. So we'll see. Anyway, how did I get into Doctor Who? So yeah, first year of university, didn't really do much studying because it's your first year. You don't do that much. I must have watched like most of the new series in maybe a few weeks. I'd watch it back to back all evening, and I'd be crocheting at the same time. And it was a lot of fun. It really was. I'm glad Eccleston left because although he was okay, I mean clearly he wasn't that bad because I got into the series. I'm glad he left because I think if he'd been there too long, I might have got bored of the series. Because there's something about him that just gets on my nerves. Like he's okay, he's just yeah. So I'm glad that Eccleston left and 10 started, and that's where I really fell in love with the new series of Doctor Who. The classic series, I don't actually remember exactly how I got into it. I know that my friend who got me into Doctor Who, she was watching lots of the classic series, and then she persuaded me to watch some of it. And I don't really remember who I started with. I think it was the first Doctor. I think it was the very first episode. Yeah, The Unearthly Child. Um, so yeah, I watched that one, and I would always recommend watching that one if anyone who wants to get into classic series, because it's where it began. You have to go and see it. And then I think I either watched the third Doctor or the second Doctor next. I can't remember which, but I watched a little bit of each of those Doctors. I was a little bit put off at first by um, the second Doctor because it was in black and white. So I was worried that I wouldn't be able to keep up with it, but it was fine. Um, and yeah, obviously I love the second Doctor. And the third Doctor, yeah, I absolutely loved him as well. Um, he was just his episodes were a lot of fun, so I really enjoyed them. So I watched lots of the first, second, and third Doctor. I really didn't like the first Doctor a huge amount at first, but he did grow on me. And by the end of his kind of run, I loved him. And then I was really reluctant to watch the fourth Doctor because I just didn't get a very good impression about him from what I'd seen. But then, again, after watching a few episodes, I loved him too. So yeah, I do really love the first four Doctors. I've not seen a huge amount of the fifth Doctor, and I keep meaning to watch more of his episodes. I've seen his first episode, maybe 2 episodes after that, and then I've seen his last episodes, Caves of Androzani. And they're all brilliant, and I really like him because he's so different from the other Doctors. There's something kind of self-doubting about him. He worries more. He was also very young compared to the other classic Doctors. And Peter Davison is a really great actor. So yeah, really, really good. And I absolutely love his first episode where he's all confused and wakes up and he's all like, Jamie, Jamie, and you're like, as a second Doctor fan, you're like, yay, that's awesome. Sixth Doctor and Second Doctor, I can't really say I've watched enough of their episodes to appreciate them. I've seen maybe a handful of their episodes, and I've just not been that impressed. I'd much rather watch some of the earlier Doctors or watch some of the new series. And the Eighth Doctor, is it the Eighth Doctor? Yeah, the film version. I watched about half of that film and I got tired and fed up with it and stopped watching. So, yeah. So I don't really have a great opinion of the Eighth Doctor either. I don't really think it should be counted as one of the Doctors, but whatever. Right, so yeah, anyway, thanks for watching my video, and I will see you guys next week. Alright, have a good week. Bye bye.